So whenever you're ready, just coming into a comfortable seated position with the legs crossed, taking the hands to heart and closing the eyes. So you start to bring your complete focus now to the breath. Longer, deeper inhales and exhales through the nose, one after another. We'll open today's practice with one Om all together. Inhaling through the nose. Just taking a moment here to set an intention for your practice today. That intention could be anything. It may be the reason you rolled your mat out. When you're ready, opening your eyes. As you place the hands on the mat in front of you, starting to rock forward, stepping the feet back, coming into a high plank. Exhaling to low plank chaturanga, inhaling upward dog. Exhaling downward dog. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up, stretching the arms out wide, palms together, and exhaling the hands to heart. Just taking a moment here in Samastihiti, big toes together, heels slightly apart, spreading the toes, getting a firm base through the feet. We'll start today with 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. Inhaling the arms up, gazing past the thumbs. Exhaling and folding forward, bending the knees for our first forward folds today. Inhaling, looking up halfway, straightening the spine, and exhaling, stepping or jumping the feet back, high plank to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. You're going to stay in our downward dog 5 counts, long, deep breaths here. Spreading the fingers, pressing down through the hands and fingers. Making sure the feet are hip-width apart, big toes pointing slightly in. It's 4, 5. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling and folding forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up, stretching the arms out wide, palms together, gazing past the thumbs, and exhaling to Samastihiti. Again, just taking a moment here to readjust the feet, getting that strong base. We'll do 2 more rounds, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway, straightening the spine, and exhaling, stepping or jumping the feet back, high plank to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Again, we'll stay here 5 counts, long, deep breaths through the nose. So you continue to lift the tailbone towards the sky, keeping the gaze on either the toes, the knees, or the navel. It's 4, 5. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up, gazing past the thumbs, and exhaling to Samastihiti. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway, and exhaling, chaturanga dandasana, high plank to low plank. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Again, continuing to spread the fingers out wide, pressing down through the hands and fingers. Keeping the gaze on either the toes, the knees, or the navel. So you continue to lift that tailbone towards the sky. That's 4, 5. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up, gazing past the thumbs, and exhaling to Samastihiti. Again, just taking a moment to readjust the feet, as now we'll come into 3 rounds of Sun Salutation B. Squeezing the feet and knees together, bending the knees, inhaling, scooping to chair pose. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway, and exhaling, stepping or jumping the feet back, high plank to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling and stepping the right foot in between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, dropping the left foot to the mat, lifting all the way up into warrior one, gazing past the thumbs. Exhaling and folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling, stepping the left foot between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, dropping the right foot to the mat, lifting all the way up into warrior one, gazing past the thumbs. Exhaling and folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Again, staying in downward dog, 5 counts, long, deep breaths. So you feel the body starting to warm up now, slowly starting to straighten the knees a little bit more, drawing the heels back towards the mat. 3, 4, 5. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Bending the knees, inhaling, scooping to chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhaling to Samasthiti. Again, taking a moment to readjust the feet, we'll do 2 more rounds. Inhaling to chair pose. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway, and exhaling, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling, stepping the right foot in between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, lifting all the way up into your warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling and folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the left foot in between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, coming into warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling and folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling, stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, scooping into chair pose. And exhaling to Samasthiti. 1 more round, inhaling to chair pose. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway, and exhaling, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the right foot between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, coming into warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling, folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the left foot in between the hands, knees stacked on ankle, coming into warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Exhaling and folding forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. For this last downward dog, if you feel you want to take any more movements, feel free to do so, or pedaling the feet out side to side. You might want to just rock the hips around. You might want to just stretch out the wrists a little bit. Long, deep breath still here, no matter what you're doing. It's 4, 5. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, scooping into chair pose. And exhaling to Samasthiti. Inhaling and stepping the feet about hip width apart, big toes pointing slightly in. Exhaling here and inhaling the arms all the way up, reaching the fingers to the sky as you exhale, folding forward, either taking the hands to shins or clasping the big toes with pointer and thumb. Inhaling, looking up, exhaling and folding forward. Taking as much of a bend in the knees as you need to here. Relaxing the neck, letting the head hang. Long, deep breaths on each exhale, coming that little bit further, leading with the chest. Inhaling, looking up halfway, either repeating the same or this time taking the hands under the toes or the feet and exhaling, folding forward. Long, deep breaths here. Inhaling, looking up halfway. Exhaling the hands to hips. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. And exhaling to Samasthiti. Inhaling the arms up, gazing past the thumbs. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up halfway and exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the right leg up, three-legged dog, straightening the leg, pointing the toe. Lifting that leg as high as you can, continuing to spread the fingers, pressing down through the hands and fingers. Exhaling, bending the knee, squeezing the foot to the hips as you open the hip up, lifting the knee to the sky, if you'd like to, gazing under your right armpit. And either staying here or dropping the right foot all the way back into reverse tabletop, pressing the hips to the sky, reaching the right arm up, gazing past the right thumb. Pressing the hips a little higher, that's 4, 5, exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up, three-legged dog. Again, long deep breaths, holding here. Lifting that leg as high as you can. Exhaling, bending the knee, squeezing the foot to the hips, opening the hip up. This time, if you'd like to, gazing under the left armpit. And either staying here or dropping the foot all the way back into reverse tabletop, pressing those hips as high as you can, gazing past the left thumb. 3, 4, 5, exhaling, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhaling, squeezing the right knee into the chest, bringing the chin towards the knee, holding here 5 counts, bringing your shoulders over your wrists so the weight's coming onto your arms here. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling the right knee to right elbow again, holding here, touching the knee to elbow if you can, otherwise just keeping it as close as you can. Either way, keeping that foot lifted from the mat. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling, right knee to left elbow. You can either hold it here if you feel you can take it further, lifting the left hand up, straightening the right leg out, keeping the hips, the foot and the knee lifted still. It's 4, 5, exhaling right hand down, inhaling three-legged dog. Exhaling the right foot all the way through the hands, knee stacked on ankle, hands either side of the right foot, gazing forward, shoulders away from the ears, keeping that left heel lifted. Pressing the left hand into the mat, inhaling the right hand down. Exhaling the right hand down, inhaling the left hand down. Exhaling the left hand down and inhaling, lifting all the way up into our high crescent lunge, keeping that front knee stacked on ankle. Long deep breaths, gazing in front of you. On each exhale, dropping the hips a little bit lower. On each inhale, reaching the arms even higher. Strong focus here. And exhaling as we lead forward with the chest, stretching the fingers towards the back of the room into our arrowhead, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. If you feel you'd like to, you can rest the stomach on the thigh. If you'd like to make it a little harder, lifting that stomach off the thigh here. And then when you're ready, bringing all your weight into your right foot as we slowly lift into our warrior 3. You can keep the arms behind you if it's easier to balance, taking the hands to heart, keeping this back leg as lifted as you can. Strong focus here. Long, deep breaths. You can stay here 15 counts, 10 more counts left. And exhaling as we drop that left foot back, coming into our warrior two. Knees stacked on ankle, making any adjustments you need to here, gazing over the fingers, standing strong in our warrior, inhaling the right palm up and reversing the warrior to half moon. Keeping that knee stacked on ankle as we exhale, taking the right elbow to right knee, inhaling the left hand over the top, reaching that hand forward, gazing past the palm. You can stay here with the elbow and the knee, or if you'd like to take it further, you can bring that hand inside of the right foot. Either way, keeping the chest lifted, gazing up still here. Inhaling warrior two and exhaling, framing the foot, chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling upward dog, exhaling downward dog. Inhaling the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhaling the left knee to chest, holding here 5 counts, long deep breaths. Again, keeping that foot and knee as lifted as you can, chin towards the knee. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Keeping everything lifted here, engaged, nice and strong. Inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling, left knee to right elbow. Again, just holding here, or if you feel you can, lifting the right hand up, lifting that foot and knee up, pressing the hips as high as you can, gazing up past the right thumb. It's 4, 5, exhaling, right hand down, inhaling, three-legged dog. Exhaling the left foot between the hands, knee stacked on ankle, hands either side of the foot, gazing forward, shoulders away from the ears. This time pressing the left hand into the mat, inhaling the right hand up. Exhaling the right hand down, inhaling the left hand up. Exhaling the left hand down and inhaling, lifting into our high crescent lunge, reaching the fingers to the sky. On each exhale, dropping the hips a little lower. On each inhale, reaching those arms even higher. Long, deep breaths, holding here 5 more counts. As we exhale, leading forward with the chest, reaching the fingers behind you into our arrowhead pose. Chest lifted, still squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Again, if you'd like to, resting the stomach on the thigh or lifting the stomach off the thigh to make it that little bit harder. And then when you're ready, drawing the weight into your left foot as we lift up into our warrior three. Again, if you'd like to take the hands to heart to help you balance here, feel free to do so, keeping that back leg as lifted as you can, chest lifted also. Staying here 15 counts, 10 more counts left. Long, deep breaths, finding your focus here. And when you're ready, exhaling, dropping the left foot back, right foot back, coming into our warrior two, gazing over the fingers, making any adjustments you need to here. Inhaling the left palm facing up, reversing the warrior to half moon. And as we exhale, taking the left elbow to left knee, inhaling the right arm over to our extended siding. Again, either staying here or this time taking the left hand inside of the left foot. Either way, keeping that chest lifted, gazing up past the right palm. Planting the back foot into the mat, trying to get the toes of the back foot pointing forward just a little bit here. Inhaling to warrior two and exhaling chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling upward dog, exhaling downward dog. Inhaling here and exhaling, coming forward into a high plank. Just holding this high plank here, nice and strong. You're going to stay here 5 counts. Pressing the heels towards the back of the room, spreading the fingers, pressing down through the hands and fingers, making sure the shoulders are sitting on top of the wrists here. So you start to draw weight into your left hand and left foot, inhaling to left side plank. Whichever variation suits you if you need to, taking the left knee to the mat, lifting those hips to the sky. If you feel you can start to lift the top foot up. Either way, continuing to lift the hips, exhaling high plank. Drawing weight into your right hand and right foot, inhaling to right side plank. Again, whichever variation suits you. If you feel you can take it further, taking your gaze up past the thumb. Exhaling to high plank, drawing weight onto the left hand, left foot. Inhaling, left side plank. Not forgetting to breathe, long deep breaths. Exhaling, high plank. Inhaling, right side plank. Good work. One more each side after this. Exhaling, high plank, drawing weight onto left hand and left foot. Inhaling, left side plank. If you can, giving this last one all you've got, lifting that top foot up. Exhaling, high plank. Inhaling, right side plank, last one. Long deep breaths, that's 4, 5, exhaling, high plank, holding here. Long deep breath still. Exhaling, low plank, inhaling, high plank. Inhaling here, exhaling, low plank, inhaling, high plank. Inhaling, exhaling, low plank, chaturanga, inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling onto the toes and exhaling to child's pose, resting it out here. Inhaling, downward facing dog. Exhaling here and inhaling, stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking up halfway. Exhaling and folding forward. Inhaling, coming all the way up, gazing past the thumbs, and exhaling to Samastiti. So you're going to prepare to come into some balances here, starting to draw weight onto your left foot, taking a slight bend in the left knee, right leg over the left thigh, so coming into our eagle pose. Once you're here, you can either have the foot out like this, or if you feel you can take it further, wrapping the foot around the calf. Taking the left arm out in front of you, bending the elbow, left hand facing to the right, right arm over the top. You can either have the back of the hands together here, or if you feel you can, wrapping the hands around, taking the palms together. Once you're here, continuing to bend the knee, reaching the arms out in front of you to the sky. If you feel you can take it further, taking your gaze up past the fingertips. Holding here, strong focus. If you fall out of the pose anytime, just slowly making your way back. Long, deep breath. Hopefully you have better balance than I do today. And exhaling, slowly releasing. Starting to draw weight onto your right foot now. Bending the right knee, left leg over the right thigh again. Either having that foot out or wrapping the foot around the calf. Right arm out in front of you, bending the elbow. Left arm over the top, back of the hands together or palms together. Again, once you're here, bending that knee, reaching those arms to the sky. Long, deep breaths, strong focus. 4, 5, exhaling, releasing, just rocking back and forth on the feet here, massaging the feet gently before our next balance. Starting to draw weight onto the left foot. You can either take the right heel above the left ankle, the right foot into the calf, or the right foot all the way up into the thighs. We're coming into our tree pose here. Taking the hands to heart and inhaling the arms up with the palms together. Keeping your gaze on a point in front of you, strong focus to help keep your balance. Long, deep breaths for staying here, 15 counts today. Five more counts. And exhaling the hands to heart, slowly releasing the foot back to the mat. Starting to draw weight onto your right foot, coming into your variation of tree pose, Vrksasana on the other side. Again, taking the hands to heart and inhaling the arms up with the palms together. Strong focus. Long, deep breath. Five more counts. exhaling the hands to heart, slowly releasing the foot back to the mat again, just rocking back and forward on the feet, massaging the feet gently here. Inhaling, taking the feet out towards the edges of your mat now, big toes pointing out. Inhaling the arms up, palms together, and exhaling the hands to heart. Inhaling, lifting the chest, gazing to the sky, and exhaling, coming as far down into a squat as you can. If you can, coming all the way down into a yogi squat, both feet flat on the floor, elbows inside the knees. Wherever you are, keeping the chest lifted, the spine as straight as you can here. Closing the eyes. Long, deep breath. We'll stay here 15 counts. If you need to come out at any time, feel free to come back into standing Samastihiri, and when you're ready, slowly making your way back. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, taking the hands to the mat in front of you and stepping or jumping the feet back, coming into our high plank again. We'll stay here 10 counts, nice and strong. Our arms are all warmed up here. Again, spreading those fingers, pressing down through the hands and fingers. Long, deep breaths through the nose. When you're ready, exhaling, coming all the way down to your stomach. So you take your arms out behind you, pointing the fingers to the sky, palms facing up, starting to press the pelvis into the mat as you lift the chest up, squeezing shoulder blades towards each other, then lifting the thighs off the mat, squeezing all through the back of our body, from the back of your legs all the way to your shoulders, lifting higher, chest up, gazing to the sky. That's 4, 5, exhaling to child's pose, resting it out here. Inhaling, downward dog. Exhaling here, and when you're ready, inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet through the hands as we come into a seated position now with the legs out in front of you. Straightening the legs out, squeezing the feet and knees towards each other, engaging the feet, trying to get the toes pointing towards you if possible. Hands to either side of the hips, lifting the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together. Closing the eyes and tucking the chin as we come into Dandasana, staff pose. In Dandasana, feeling your spine engaged from your tailbone all the way up to your neck. Long, deep breath. Inhaling the arms up. And exhaling, folding forward, either taking the hands to shins or clasping the big toes with pointer and thumb. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling and folding forward. And long, deep breaths here. If you have the hands on the shins, making sure the feet are still engaged, toes pointing towards you. Inhaling, looking up. If you have the hands on the shins, now taking the hands either side of the shins on the mat, otherwise clasping the outsides of the feet, and exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up. Again, either repeating the same or this time taking the hands outside of the heels and exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, releasing the feet. Inhaling the arms up, pointing the fingers to the sky, and exhaling the hands all the way back behind you with the fingers pointing forward. So you start to press down through the hands and the heels, inhaling, lifting the hips, dropping the head back, starting to draw the bottoms of the feet towards the mat. Lifting those hips a little bit higher in our reverse plank. Long, deep breath still here. Even higher again, that's 4, 5. Exhaling, releasing the hips, crossing the shins, rocking forward into a Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet through the hands, taking both legs out in front of you. Keeping the left leg straight this time, taking the right foot into the left thigh, the right knee as close to the mat as you can. Hands either side of the left shin, inhaling, looking up. Exhaling and folding forward, either clasping the shin or the foot with one or both hands into Janu Shirshasana. We'll stay here 10 to 15 counts, closing the eyes, letting go, long, deep breath. On each exhale, letting go that little bit further. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling and swapping sides. This time taking the left foot into the right thigh, left knee as close to the mat as you can. Hands either side of the right shin, inhaling, looking up. Exhaling and folding forward. Closing the eyes. Letting go. Inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, releasing the foot, crossing the shins, rocking forward into a Vinyasa Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet through the hands, coming into a seated. This time hugging the knees to chest. As you lift the chest, straightening the spine as much as you can. And when you're ready, rocking back, finding your balance and lifting into our first boat pose, Navasana, squeezing the feet and knees towards each other, shins parallel to the floor, arms to the side, chest lifted. If this is too much, feel free to take the hands under the thighs, otherwise keeping the arms out to the side, long deep breaths. That's 4, 5, exhaling, crossing the shins, coming down, inhaling, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling, releasing the tailbone, hugging the knees to chest, rocking back, finding your balance, and inhaling, lifting into our second boat pose, Navasana. For this one, if you can, starting to lift those feet a little bit higher, just lifted still here. 3, 4, 5, crossing the shins, coming down, inhaling, lifting the tailbone. Exhaling, releasing the tailbone and getting ready for our last boat, hugging the knees to chest, rocking back, and inhaling, lifting into your last boat, giving this one all you've got. If you can, lifting the feet a little higher or completely straightening the legs into our full boat. 3, 4, 5, crossing the shins, rocking forward into a Vinyasa Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Inhaling and stepping or jumping the feet through the hands. This time taking the feet towards the front of the mat, hip width apart. Big toes pointing slightly in. Taking our hips as close to our heels as we can, coming all the way down to your back, palms to the floor, tucking the chin to chest. Exhaling here, and when you're ready, inhaling, lifting the hips into our first bridge, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Keeping that chin tucked to the chest if you like to here, clasping the hands under the lower back, squeezing the shoulder blades and elbows towards each other, pressing those hips as high as you can. Long, deep breaths. Lifting those hips a little bit higher. That's 4, 5. Exhaling, releasing the hips. Resting here for a moment. For your second round, inhaling the arms up, pointing the fingers to the sky, exhaling here, and inhaling, lifting into your second bridge, tucking the chin to chest, pressing those hips as high as you can. A little bit higher, that's 3, 4, not forgetting to breathe. 5, exhaling, releasing the arms and the hips to the mat. If wheel poses in your practice, feel free to come into your wheel for the last round. Otherwise, inhaling the arms all the way over the head, resting the back of the hands flat on the floor. Exhaling here and inhaling, lifting the hips into your last bridge or wheel. Giving this one all you've got. If you're in your bridge, lifting those hips as high as you can. Higher, that's 3, 4, 5. Exhaling, releasing the hips to the mat. Hugging the knees to chest, rocking side to side, back and forth. Massaging the spine gently here. And keeping your knees hugged to chest, taking the arms out wide with the palms facing down. Inhaling here and exhaling your knees all the way to your right side. Closing the eyes, turning your head to the left. Making sure your shoulders are completely flat on the mat if possible. Feeling your spine twisting from your tailbone all the way up to your neck. Muscles getting stretched that rarely get stretched. Letting go into the twist. Inhaling the knees to chest and exhaling the knees all the way to your left side. This time closing the eyes, turning your head to the right, making sure your neck, your shoulders, your jaw are completely relaxed here. Letting go. Inhaling the knees to chest, hugging the knees into the chest. Starting to rock back and forward, long big rocks from the tailbone all the way up to the neck. And on the next rock forward, coming all the way forward, stepping or jumping the feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling upward dog, exhaling downward dog. Staying in your downward dog here is just pedaling the feet out for a moment, side to side, as we prepare to come into our dolphin now. If headstand is in your practice, feel free to come into your headstand here. Otherwise, we'll do 3 dolphins. From your downward dog, exhaling down onto the elbows, making sure the elbows are sitting underneath the shoulders here. You can have the palms flat or the hands together, keeping the head lifted, gazing between the forearms here. Once you're here, starting to walk the feet towards the body, lifting the hips as high as you can, pressing down through the forearms. We'll stay here 5 counts. That's 3, 4, 5. Exhaling to child's pose, resting it out here. We'll do 2 more rounds. If you're in your headstand, just staying here, or you feel free to take a break. It's completely up to you. Inhaling downward dog. Exhaling down onto the forearms for our second dolphin. For this one, if you'd like to, inhaling the right leg up, straightening the leg, pointing the toes, making sure those elbows aren't splaying out too wide, keeping the elbows nice and tucked in tight. It's 3, 4, 5. Exhaling to child's pose, resting it out here. Long, deep breaths, not forgetting to breathe still in whichever pose you're into in these inversions. Inhaling, downward facing dog. Exhaling onto the forearms, getting ready for our last dolphin. For this one, inhaling the left leg up, straightening the leg, pointing the toes, lifting that leg as high as you can, pressing down through the forearms, feeling the upper body strengthening here in our dolphin. It's 3, 4, 5. Exhaling to child's pose, this time coming into a wide-legged child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide, letting the chest mount to the floor. Inhaling, downward dog. Exhaling here and inhaling, stepping or jumping the feet through the hands, coming into a comfortable seated position with the legs crossed. Once you're here, taking the hands out over the knees, palms facing up, gently connecting pointer and thumb. Closing the eyes, keeping the spine straight but relaxing the shoulders here. So you bring your complete focus now to the breath. Longer, deeper inhales and exhales through the nose, one after another, as we prepare to come into some pranayama, some yogic breathing. Today for pranayama, we're going to practice Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Taking your right hand, your pointer and middle finger between the brow, pressing your thumb into your right nostril, inhaling through the left nostril. Releasing the right nostril, taking the ring finger to the left nostril, exhaling through the right nostril. Inhaling through the right nostril. Releasing the left nostril, taking the thumb to the right nostril, exhaling through the left nostril. Repeating this, we'll do another 9 rounds. I'll keep count, going at your own pace. Inhaling left nostril. Exhaling right nostril. Inhaling right nostril. Exhaling left nostril. Inhaling left nostril. Exhaling right nostril. Inhaling right nostril. Exhaling left nostril. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. That's halfway. Just doing these last 5 rounds at your own pace. I'll keep count. I'll let you know when we're finished. Two more rounds left. And on the next exhale, releasing the hand back down to the knee. So we take 3 deep inhales and exhales now through both nostrils. Taking in all the benefits of Nadi Shodhana as it evens out the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. Energizing the brain. Enjoying how you feel after practicing Nadi Shodhana. And then when you're ready, exhaling and slowly starting to make your way down onto your back. If you can, keeping your eyes closed. If you'd like to get a blanket or some socks, feel free to do so. Letting your hands and feet splay out to the sides with the palms facing up. So you feel each point of your body meeting with the earth. Feeling your body melting into the earth. So we begin now to bring some relief to the body. Starting from the toes, the feet, the ankles. Soft and relaxed. The calves, the knees, the thighs. Soft and relaxed. The hips, the abdomen, the lower back. Soft and relaxed. All the way up the spine to the upper back, the shoulders, the chest. Soft and relaxed. Down the arms, through the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. Soft and relaxed. The back of the neck, the throat, the jaw, the cheeks, the eyes, the whole of the face, and the top of the head. Soft and relaxed. As you use this time to heal and rejuvenate, as you relax into Shavasana. I'll stay here a few more minutes and I'll let you know when to return. Just gently starting to wriggle the fingers and toes, rocking your head from side to side, stretching your arms out over your head, giving your whole body a stretch, from your fingers to your toes, hugging your knees to chest. So you allow yourself to fall to your left or your right side, coming into a fetal position. So take a moment here to allow the mind to return to the body. And when you're ready, slowly making your way back up into a comfortable seated position with the legs crossed. Keeping your eyes closed and taking the hands to heart. So take a moment here to reflect back on the intention that you set at the beginning of today's practice. So we'll close the practice just as we opened it with one Om, inhaling through the nose. Rubbing the palms together, placing the palms over the eyes, feeling the warmth in the eyes. Taking the hands to heart. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste.